Shadows of Power Chapter 1. The whistleblower. The rain poured down relentlessly on the dimly lit streets of Washington, D.C., as the city buzzed with anticipation. In the heart of the nation's capital, a group of politicians, lobbyists, and power brokers maneuvered in the shadows, each vying for their own agenda. Amidst the chaos, Sarah Roberts, a brilliant young researcher at the prestigious Whitestone Institute, stumbled upon a classified document that sent shockwaves through her world. It revealed a high-level conspiracy within the government, threatening to undermine democracy itself. Terrified and determined, Sarah knew she had to act, even if it meant risking her own life. Chapter 2. Deadly Pursuit. As Sarah delved deeper into the conspiracy, she found herself pursued by a ruthless organization known as the Network. They were determined to silence her and ensure the truth remained buried forever. With nowhere to turn, Sarah sought refuge in the arms of an old flame, Mark Johnson, an investigative journalist with a knack for uncovering the darkest secrets. Together, Sarah and Mark embarked on a perilous journey, piecing together clues and dodging assassins at every turn. Their investigation led them from the underbelly of Washington to the highest echelons of power, where they discovered a web of corruption and deceit that reached far beyond their imagination. Chapter 3. Shadows of Betrayal. As Sarah and Mark drew closer to the truth, they found themselves entangled in a dangerous game of betrayal. Friends turned foes, and allies became suspects. The lines between right and wrong blurred as they realized that even those they thought they could trust were part of the sinister plot. With their lives hanging by a thread, Sarah and Mark raced against time to expose the conspiracy. Their journey took them to secret meetings, hidden safe houses, and remote locations where the orchestrators of the conspiracy held sway. Chapter 4. A Desperate Stand. In a final desperate act, Sarah and Mark gathered irrefutable evidence that would expose the culprits behind the conspiracy. Armed with their findings, they planned to unveil the truth to the world, no matter the cost. But their adversaries were not willing to let their plans unravel. On the eve of the most critical press conference in decades, Sarah and Mark found themselves trapped in a deadly standoff. The network had cornered them, intending to eliminate the only witnesses to their crimes. With their backs against the wall, Sarah and Mark fought back with everything they had, showcasing their resilience and unwavering determination. Chapter 5. The Truth Revealed. As dawn broke over the city, the news exploded with the shocking revelations brought to light by Sarah and Mark. The conspiracy, involving high-ranking officials and powerful corporations, sent shockwaves through the nation. People took to the streets demanding justice and transparency. The exposure of the conspiracy led to the downfall of several influential figures, triggering a cascade of political and legal repercussions. The nation stood on the precipice of change, grappling with the realization that the very foundations of their democracy had been undermined. Epilogue. Legacy of the Shadows. Sarah and Mark emerged as heroes, their courage and sacrifice forever etched in the annals of history. The shadowy world they had ventured into would haunt them for the rest of their lives, as the scars of their ordeal ran deep. In the aftermath, a new wave of political awareness swept through the nation. Citizens demanded accountability and reforms, striving to rebuild a system tainted by corruption. Sarah and Mark's journey inspired a generation to stand up against the shadows of power, reminding them that even in the darkest of times, the truth would prevail. The end.